Well, I'm confused and disappointed. I guess I got to check each of those wires for their continuity. Oh man, I tell ya. Hey guys, Mike here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. So today I am gonna throw, and when I say throw, I mean, you know, plug in the wiring harness in stubby, and we're gonna see if my repair job worked and if he's gonna run. I'm not gonna wrap the harness yet because I wanna make sure it's gonna work first, and then I'll pull it back out and I'll wrap it with the new special tape that the factory uses. It's good enough for the factory, should be good enough for this. So, and I'm boxing up my interior panels for Smokey so that I can keep them safe, hoping they're good enough where I could send them to the day cab company and they might be able to make me a new interior. But judging from the pictures, they said the panels might be too far gone to make or use as templates, which is a real bummer, because to find another cab to use as a template, I don't know if I'll find one. But anyways, so getting that stuff ready. That's why I got the tape in my hand, so I'll tape up that box. And I don't think I'll get it in this episode, but the next one, I want to pull the valve cover off. Actually, you know what? Maybe I will pull the valve cover off in this one too. I'll leave the oil pan for now, but because I don't have a lot of time today, but let's just pull the valve cover off and see if there's anything missing. I know there's stuff broken, but broken. Okay. So these plugs want to go up in there. Just gonna lay this on this harness here. There it is. There. I think I will hook up these batteries, and then that way put the cab down and try it. Plugs through before I do that. There. I gotta take this out. See if this truck moves. That'll be in the way. Maybe I'll just tie that up. Here's the moment of truth. We're gonna start it and see if my electronics work. See if the throttle works, see if the cruise control works. If it does, we'll back her outside and yeah. Let's see how she goes. We got lights. Looks good. Hit the button. Fired right away. Oil pressure moving up slowly. Take my foot off the clutch. Cruise control. Nothing. Well, that's a disappointment. Well, it starts good. What the heck is going on here? Let's try it again. See if the check engine light flashes, which would give a code. And it's not doing anything. So let's... I think the throttle pedal, you have to use it a few times to set it. Did I unplug anything else down here? Okay, so key on. Did I get all the pins in the right spot? I think so. Well, I'm confused and disappointed. I guess I got to check each of those wires for their continuity. Oh man, I tell ya. Last time it had, like, the check engine light would flash, which would mean there was a code. This one, there's no code, which is bizarre. I wonder if it could be like a bad chassis ground. Did I unhook anything else, he asks. I don't know. I might just kick this thing outside because I'm tired of it being inside, you know that? We'll go work on Duke. Yep. That's what I'm gonna do. I have to say, I'm disappointed and a bit irritated. I mean, I know y'all said that I should check the resistance or whatever, but my meter's dead and looks like I'm gonna have to do that. But this plug, you know, it's not that dirty, but it's got some dried grease in it. So I'm gonna try cleaning it with battery cleaner. Instantly removes corrosion. So I'm gonna give that a whirl on that one. And on the ECM plug, I put a bunch of dielectric grease on it. And I wonder if I put too much on, I don't know. So I'm gonna put some of this on there too and spray it out with brake clean just to make sure that it's making contact. Because the kicker is I don't have any flashing lights. It's just like, that's what it, I don't know. That's what's suspect. It's like there's, I don't know. Obviously I still have a poor connection somewhere. So yeah, so I'm gonna try this and see if it works. I won't clean them all since I'm here. So I figured I would just check everything again. I don't know what this sensor does, but when you look at it, it was right caked with old, I think that was dielectric grease from a long time ago. And this one here wasn't hooked up. Same thing, if you look at that, if that makes connection, I don't know what it is, but it can't be very good. What about this one? See, that one's got dielectric grease in it, but looks healthy, although the plug came apart wrong. I'll just put this back in. So, so frustrating. So I figure I'll clean those plugs, maybe try it again, and you know, I'm just trying to see if there's anything anywhere. There's anything anywhere that could be suspect that I missed. My oil pressure, electric oil pressure is working, probably because it warmed up now. I think I might power wash this engine, shampoo it too while I got the cab up. And then I'm gonna park it and put it away for a bit because this is frustrating. I gotta work on one project at a time, and I was really hoping this would have cured my throttle pedal woes, but maybe I just got to go through this whole harness again and get out the ohm meter and check each plug. Guess that's the right way to do it. So anyways, I'll keep plugging away. Okay, this time I'm going to try it with the cab up, and then I'm giving up. Oh, it's my stop engine. Oh, stop engine light is flashing now. Still on though. Went out. And it stopped working again. Oh, there it went. Just that sensor that was plugged up? I mean, it must have been. Oh, this makes me so happy, guys. I was so ready to just park it in the bush and say, forget it! Look at that. Is that the cruise? Oh, I'm so happy. So happy. Because I think it was that, well, I mean, we don't know, but I think it was that plugged up, that plug, because it was, I mean, it was full of gunk, so if it wasn't making a connection, there was, well, there's multiple things. See what it does now. Try it again. Stop engine, check engine light are on, which I think is normal until you start it, because then that way you know that the lights work. So we'll start it. Now this truck also has an idle shutdown timer, so let's see if that works. Now we'll set the timer for a couple of minutes. Oh, and it says turn past 2, so let's try this again. Change oil in it, so maybe I should do that. I haven't done it because, well, one, I couldn't get it warm, and it's one of those things, if I couldn't get this thing running, I wasn't gonna waste the money on oil. Not that it would be a waste, but that should be there, so it's the dipstick tube oil filler right there. But I just kinked it for now because the part was stolen. Oh, that makes me super happy, guys. So that means my wiring harness works, and I don't know what sensor that is, but I mean, I cleaned that up, and you guys saw how much gunk was in there, and she's working. Fingers crossed it stays working. So maybe, what's the weather like? Might rain. I should almost change oil in it because it won't take much. Dump the oil since it's warm, put some fresh stuff in, because I think this motor has a future. Well, we know it has a future. What the future of it that we do with it, I mean, that's a whole nother story. Still have to pull the transmission out, so. But now what I was waiting for in order to pull the transmission has happened. Because I didn't want to pull the transmission, but I couldn't make this sucker run, so. Happy. Happy, happy, happy. Of course, maybe I should just drive it inside and change oil. That's probably what I should do, because then it'll be easier to clean up my mess. And then we'll back her back outside. Well, the cab's up. It's a pain in the butt to put the cab up and down. Yes, maybe gonna wear gloves this time. Ooh, that's black oil. Plug doesn't have any fuzzies on it though. The magnet, that is. That's good news. I am so happy. Okay, so these oil pan drain plugs, they got a magnet, and if you can see, there's no chunks, and if I give it a wipe, there's nothing. Yeah, actually, there was a little bit of gooeys on it, but Maybe one little, no, that's a gooey. So it's clean, so that's good. Because, you know, this truck wasn't parked because of the engine. It was parked because of the transmission. And I should have changed oil before now, but, you know, it's one of those things, if I can't get the engine going, it's kind of a moot point. And sitting for all those years with dirty oil, another few months wasn't going to make any difference. So, but I'll clean up this brass washer. It can be used again, of course. I mean, really, they can keep getting used because the brass smushes. Smushes. That's my technical term. If you go to the Peterbilt truck dealer, they'll say, make sure it's... No, they won't. Well, they will if it fits me. But anyways, that's good news. So I'll let that drain out, change the filter, and put some clean oil in. There we go. This is gonna work. Of course it's gonna work. It has to work. Ooh. This is gonna be tricky. Squish my funnel in there, and so before I fire it up, I can use some foamy clean and just give the engine a quick pressure wash, because I didn't do that before, and you know what, I think it could use it. And then we'll see if we can take it for a drive, see how many gears we got. I know we don't have many, but we have enough, which means we have two. Better. I just wanted to hit the front of this thing again because there was some of this mossy stuff under here. So we got that off, cleaned this up as best we can, and a little bit of paint come off. That's going to require some more cleaning, but anyways, engine's degreased. Let's see. Well, actually I should put this stuff away. This foamy clean, I don't know. I think I'd just use a degreaser next time. I don't think it worked that great. In my opinion. Battery cleaner, I think it worked. So we'll put this in there because it's empty. Now let's go start her up. And hopefully it has a throttle pedal. Okay, here we go. There we go. There's our oil pressure. light's still a little dim. But that could be the old oil in the line too, so hopefully when it gets, because I noticed last time it went away once the engine was warm, so we'll get this new oil in. Well, the new oil's already in it, but we'll check the throttle. Yeah, baby! Yeah, baby! Oh, yeah, baby! A little happy about that, just saying. Transmission's angry, but that's really not a surprise. So, how much air do we got? So I'm gonna idle her up. And idle her up, get some heat in the engine, and then we'll drive it around the block, and I think I'm gonna park it outside. That looks like a mouse was living up there or something. Got the typical Peterbilt water damage front end, so it's a bummer, but what do you do, eh? We're gonna fix all that, especially now that it's running. And I need a lighter knob, because this knob, you see how it holds it? We unscrew that. Oh. Apparently we apply the brakes, it kicks the fast idle off. Yeah. And you can see my oil pressure light's going away, so that's good. I probably shouldn't do that until it warms up some more. Oops. Oh yeah, there we go. Oil pressure light is now out. Pretty happy. I don't know if you noticed that, but I'm pretty happy, so I'm just sitting here thinking last time it quit after I used the Jake, and I thought, should I try the Jake? Yeah, of course I should try the Jake. Makes me so happy, guys. Now the throttle pedal that works, cruise control that works, a Jake that works. Now all we need to do is fix the transmission, fix the alternator, fix the air conditioning, fix the cab locks, fix the cab air suspension, fix the windshield surround, fix the dash, and it's good to go. We can go haul something. Maybe this could be my toter truck. It. I'm a happy guy. Yeah. Well, she runs and drives. She runs and she drives. Still needs a transmission. Need to take that other piece off, this doohickey. So we'll take that off. We'll take these decals off, fill these holes with rivets, plug them up, pull this deck off, change the tranny, and change that. I put a drain petcock in there that apparently leaks, so it's underneath in the new air tank I put on, so I'll have to crawl under there and change that. But yeah, pretty happy, pretty dang happy. Got them all lined up. Look at that. Turned Kenny around. Now, Kenny leans to the driver's side, and where he's sitting, he leans. I also put low and slow beside the house because there's actually a lot of room there. So I moved the old Expedition, moved the old Super Duty. I actually put them inside because I got to change a battery on the Expedition. And I like the Super Duty being inside because then it's safe, because apparently people like to steal them. And it's got a tidy tank with some fuel in it. So they're safe. These are safe. And this just makes more sense because now I got access to both bays. Although it's getting a little messy on the one side. So I'm gonna have to work on that. But anyways, let's go inside and pull the valve cover off of Duke and see what it looks in the valve cover before we call it a day. All right, guys, let's pull off the valve cover and see what we can see. These are interesting little things. Yeah. Go get a tray to put them in. Okay. Open says me. Ta-da! Do I see anything? Nope. Huh. Push rods are still there, I think. Yeah. It actually looks good. Dang it. Ticks me off. Tick me off. See you guys. Looking down in here, my light's dying, but I don't see anything. Don't see anything in the top end. Doesn't look like there's a broken valve. You know, and if I try and those are tight. A little bit of movement in that one, which is probably a bit much, maybe? I don't know. There's one in there. And of course, there's two in there. Oh. That one's loose. That one's loose too. A little looser than this one. But I'm guessing those are exhaust. One big intake one. I don't know. We're gonna have to pull the pan off and pull an injector out to see. Don't really know how to pull an injector out, but I think I'm gonna go Google it. I'm assuming I take these off to take that off, and maybe this will come off then. I don't really know. If I don't really know, I should go look for it on YouTube first, so yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. That's it for today. Super happy that the throttle pedal's working on stubby and the cruise control. Really happy, actually. So now we can take the next step with them. Change the oil. Well, we already did that. And then we can pull the tranny, put a new transmission in them. But first, I got to figure out an engine. And the worst thing is this engine actually looks really good, except for, you know, whatever happened on the bottom end. I'm guessing it had a fretted, because I think they can get fretted main cap. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what happened. But proof's in the pudding down below. So I think we're gonna have to pull the pan off before I pull this engine out. So then that way we can see what's there. You know, right now it looks fine from the top. So yeah, next episode maybe we'll pull the pan, see what's there, what's not there, what's broken, what's actually broken. And then we can put the pan back on and pull the engine out and figure out if we're gonna find a C15 for it or another C13. If we find a C13, all this stuff can go on. Injectors, jake heads, turbos, water pump. But if we get a C15, we're gonna have to probably buy an oil pan and a bunch of stuff. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Much appreciated. Till the next one, peace. See ya later, alligator. That was a door key. Anyways, I better put this valve cover back on. Keep the dust out.